masters of speed. This is Formula One.
Yo guys, how you doing? I hope you're good, hope you're well. Welcome to a soggy Baku, it's a wet setup video. Let's go. So starting P5 as old Charlie boy. Let's get into it. There is very little grip around Baku. You can see this by the amount of skating I'm doing. This isn't the wheel spin. Now, Baku is a notoriously difficult circuit in the dry, let alone in the wet. It's all good though. The good thing is about it being so wet, the AI are not so quick on the start. Yeah, they still use all their ERS on that one, but they're still not as quick. But the reason why I've gone with the setup that I've gone with is because you can have maximum attack and just maximum confidence. Yes, obviously it's very slippery, but that is the nature of Baku. Obviously they still got a bit of their ERS left. Not going to get any DRS max with the sub 2 minutes.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
We'll do that. But yeah, Baku is so bad with grip. Oops.
Brilliant, nice move.
Kind of squeezed in a bit there. Need so much concentration in the wet, it's unreal. And not only that, especially around Baku, because one wrong move around here and you'll die. And by that I mean you'll be in a wall. I'm probably running a little higher wings than the AI, which is okay, but this is obviously made for league racing, not
You're pulling out a second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff.
not to play with the AI. I lost so much time with being stuck behind Perez that I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Man, Stroll want to do me dirty like that and defend. See? That's okay, it's no problem. Put you in a wall, no Lance. Nah, I wouldn't. But no, you need so much patience in the wet, and maybe those stupid lunges that you usually think of doing, especially against the AI, it's just not worth it. But the good thing is, like I said about this setup, if it's a wet race from the start, it's stable, it's something that will give you confidence in going through these type of corners. Yes, you can't take them flat out because you never really can, but it's something massively to work with. I can probably forget catching old Maxi boy. Gonna try, but with just 2 laps to go. He's a bit far away. That's the problem. It's so difficult to overtake in the wet when cars defend. Around here, like I said, you can see how bad I'm wheel spinning. The grip is, well, not great at all. And the last thing I want to do is start flipping the car into a wall. And like I said, those silly moves silly lunges that you usually do, you can't do. The good thing is about this setup, like I said, it's stable enough, it's robust enough that allows you to push. Like I said, the only thing is about when you're using no traction control, the grip is so non-existent. So you see another fact that I pulled out from behind Perez and Stroll. Set purple first sector, purple second sector.
Final lap, push.
You know, and I've gone over a second quicker. And that's just from being in cleaner air. I think if this lap had continued, I would have been a lot closer to max. And that is the art of a good setup. You need it stable enough to help you push even in the wet conditions. And it's, like I said, I don't know, I keep saying it, Baku is one of the worst circuits I've driven around for lack of grip. And tyre wear is just so awful. It's unreal. In the dry and in the wet. But with a good setup, you can race any circuit. But all I ask of you guys is to do all that good stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let me know what you think of the setup. And I really hope it helps. I really do. I think it's Miami up next, and I'm actually racing Miami this coming week in FPRL. Well, Max was 3.6 in front of me at the start of lap 4. Managed to half that deficit, but can't catch him. It's all good. Do that good stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the setup is coming next. Take care, guys.
And so ends another Azerbaijan Grand Prix. A fascinating race and a well-deserved victory. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack. And having that
Red Bull
confidence...
put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Baku wet setup then. So I'm going to give you two setups technically in one for this Baku wet setup because it happened to me last week. Obviously, you can't run if you go into a race and the majority of the race is dry, but at the end of the race, the circuit, the weather changes, the rain comes down. You can't then stop, add a new wet setup on, and then carry on about your way. You need to upgrade on the fly. So this is what I have gone with, and I'll give you what I did in a league race right now, and then obviously show you the wet setup if it's a full wet race. So in the league race that I did a few days ago, it got wet with about 6 laps left to go. So obviously we boxed for the inters, and I increased my front wings. I increased the front wings up to 22 and left it, but you have to bear in mind I went from a dry setup to just increasing the front wing because that's the only thing you can do when the rain comes down. So I increased it up to 22 and was still running like a 13 rear wing. Wasn't good at all. The car didn't feel great. It was just something to help me get by because running a dry setup, a low wing dry setup around a wet Baku is not great. It's not great at all. But if it had been a full wet race, this is what I would have used. I would have gone with a 27-24. You need as much stability around here as possible, especially in the wet. You can quite easily slip and slide, especially through that castle section. Going with a diff on of 50, a diff off of 50. It helps by minimizing wheel spin, which is massively difficult around Baku. It's not great at all. You know the drill. Right, left. I've gone with pretty much the same sort of suspension setup, the roll bar setup, the ride height as the dry setup. It's pretty much unchanged, which is good. There will be a few tweaks along the way of various different setups, but I pretty much kept it exactly the same because what felt good to me was the way this reacted. And 9 times out of 10, the only thing that really changes on a wet setup is wings and tyre pressures. Pretty much everything else. Sometimes the transmission, I have dropped the transmission down, but those 3 things, everything else can stay the same. On the brakes, I've gone with 100%, 60%. Again, this only applies to ABS off users. ABS on users need to not worry about that and skip past it. I've just changed the front tyres up 1 click, and then I have altered the rears, because you need to also make sure that you keep the rear tyres cool, because if they overheat, you've lost all grip, and that is bad. Baku is a really rough circuit for grip, etc. That is the wet Baku setup. I hope it helps. I really do, guys. Please let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. Do all that good stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll catch you later. Peace.